I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Christopher with Plan Your Truth, and in today's video, we are talking about the wizarding world of Harry Potter and all things Universal Studios Orlando. I am so flippin' excited. This is the final phase of my big birthday trip extravaganza, as I've been calling it. I'm filming this way in advance, so I still haven't left for these trips, but make sure that you are following over on Instagram. And by the time you're watching this, I will already be through most of my big birthday trip. We had Go Wild, we had Texas stuff, we had Disney World, and now we are headed to Universal. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my trip, and also kind of from the perspective of somebody that is not as familiar with Universal. I have been twice over the course of my life, so I definitely have been there. I have planned countless trips, so I say I'm a newbie. I'm really not. I'm also an expert. I've done a lot of research. But in terms of first-hand knowledge, I'm going to be doing a lot of first-time things on this trip, and I cannot wait to talk to you about them. I have my Ollivander's shirt on. I have my wand that is an interactive wand ready to go. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about this. But let me just kind of give you a lay of the land. So, I am going to be leaving, and this trip, even though, and also ignore that we're full Disney wall behind me. I don't have a Universal wall, sorry. It's gonna feel weird being in a theme park though without ears on, but I digress. So, day one, I'm actually going to Disney for the first day. So let me back up. The reason this trip came around is because of the amazing travel agency that I'm with. We do Travel Right. If you're new to my channel, hello, I am a travel agent specializing in Disney, Universal, and cruise vacations. So I am so excited that I joined We Do Travel Right because I've already been hosted at Disneyland, and now I'm going to get to be hosted at Universal Orlando. I'm so excited to take you guys along. So really the point of this trip, it is a working trip. I will be taking content the whole time that I'm there. I'll be researching things and doing things that maybe I wouldn't do if I was there just for a fun trip. But I'm going to do things from the perspective of, I want to be able to share these experiences with my clients. So I'm doing it for you. It's not for me, it's for all of you. So I'm really excited. So that's kind of how the trip came about. An opportunity presented itself. I jumped at it. I am going to be hosted at Universal Orlando for 3 nights. So it kind of became a little something bigger because I'm going with some of my friends. And so we are going to start the trip actually at Disney. So the Universal stuff doesn't start till day 2. So day 1, we're going to Disney. We are staying at the Yacht Club, which I'm excited about. I stayed at the Beach Club, but not the Yacht Club. So that'll be really fun. And the priorities really are going to be Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot and pool time at the Yacht and Beach Club. So I don't want to talk too much about that in this video because that's not the point of this trip, but I'm really excited for that time with my friends to just kind of hang out for that first day in Disney. Day 2. We are off to Universal. So we are staying at the Cabana Bay Resort. That is on site at Universal. And there's also supposedly like a really good pool mini water park area. I think there's a lazy river at the resort that we're going to get to try out. So I'm hoping to definitely explore and experience that resort. So I want to make sure that I have time to really get some good content and experience that specific resort so I can sell that to my clients. So we'll stay at the Cabana Bay Beach Resort. And that first day, we are planning to go to Volcano Bay. So with this trip that I'm being hosted on, I get 3 days of Universal theme park tickets with unlimited express pass, and then also a ticket to Volcano Bay. So this first day that we're at Universal, we are going to spend a couple hours at Volcano Bay that morning and afternoon, which is their water park. If you're new to Universal, I've never ever stepped foot in Volcano Bay. So I'm excited for this, to kind of experience their version of a water park. I don't know if I'll do too many of like the water slides and things. That's not really my vibe, but I'll definitely do the lazy river and just kind of relax and take it all in. And like I said, get a lot of content. So we'll be there for a couple hours. And then that evening, so some of the plans are still up in the air because it's not all up to us. As of the time I'm filming this, I still don't have like an exact schedule and itinerary of the trainings. So I'm just going to kind of talk broadly in this video, but make sure to stay tuned on Instagram for in-person, like live updates while I'm there. And then I will be vlogging the whole trip. So you'll see it after the fact on here. But that evening, I'm thinking we may have a couple hours to go to Islands of Adventure that evening, I think is the plan. So we'll see if that ends up happening. And then the theme parks at Universal do sometimes close a little bit earlier than I'm used to with Disney. Sometimes they close by like 7 or 8 o'clock. All the theme parks are closed. So we may then end up going to City Walk and exploring some of that area. If you're, again, new to Universal, City Walk is the equivalent of their Disney Springs. It's definitely not as big as Disney Springs, but there's a ton of, restaurants and shopping and fun entertainment at City Walk. So that should be fun. And then the next day, so which would be day 3 of my trip, that I believe is going to be our main training day. So we are going to still don't know the exact times, but I'm expecting that morning and afternoon, we will be with the Universal team. So we'll get some sales training from them, potentially get some tours of different resorts and things like that. That is all probably happening on this day 3. And then that evening, we'll be out to the parks. As soon as that training is over, we will be making the most of our theme park tickets with the Express Pass and going on as many rides and things like that as we can. Now, slight note about rides at Universal. I will not be going on all of the rides for 2 reasons. Number 1, Universal rides are not as plus size friendly. So some of them may be a really tight squeeze, if I could even fit it all. And so that I don't know. They do have tester seats. So if you're worried about that, outside of all of these attractions, there's going to be a tester seat. And I'll show that to you in the vlog. So you can kind of make sure that you would be comfortable in the seat. But the other reason, even if I could go on a ride, a lot of the Universal rides are like simulators. And so I get motion sickness pretty badly. I can't do Flight of Passage and rides like that at Disney. So I will probably have to sit out a decent amount of rides, but to be honest, rides are not my favorite part of a theme park. My favorite parts are just walking around and being in that environment and people watching and eating the food and creating content, and I'll be there with my friends. So while that does sound silly, I actually vlogged my last trip to Universal, which would have been a little over a year ago. I will link that vlog for you. I had 1 day in Universal on that trip, and I think I only did 1 ride, really. I did the Hogwarts Express, and I did like a walk-through attraction. That was it. But I still spent almost the whole day there, just taking in the park and walking around the Wizarding World. I am the biggest Harry Potter fan. Did you know? Which, by the way, this one story, I picked this up in that vlog that I will link for you. The one story made me cry. I could cry thinking about it. So if you're not a Harry Potter fan, the wand chooses the wizard. So I'm tearing up. I can't. So I went up to one of the wizards and one of the workers that was in the room, and I said, okay, can you help me? I want the wand to choose me. I don't want to pick the wand. And so he was like, kind of vibing me out a little bit, and then he was like, all right, I could give you some options, but let me just tell you the first one that comes to mind. And so he pulls this thing out, and he's talking about the wand and talking about people that attract this wand. And when he was talking about the wand, he said, it's like people that are all about living their truth and being true to themselves. And my jaw hit the floor. I was like, I'm sold. This is my wand. This is what I'm about. Live your truth, plan your truth. And I hadn't told him any of that. I didn't tell him I have an account named Plan Your Truth. So anyway, sorry, I just had to do a sidebar. This wand is really special to me. And wands in the Wizarding World, which for me, the Wizarding World is the #1 draw to Universal. It's unlike any theme park land that you've ever seen before. It's so immersive. But these wands are interactive. So there are spots where you'll stand on the ground and there'll be a specific wand motion and spell that you say, and then something will happen. It's so magical. It just is such an incredible land. So that's the thing I'm the most excited about. So anyway, that tangent began with, I'm not going to ride all the rides. So if you are in a similar boat to me, if you get motion sick or you're worried about, thrill attractions or, being plus size and not fitting on attractions, you can still absolutely have a magical time. So I'm really excited for this trip. So that's day 3, is going to be the parks that evening after training. Day 4, we have a VIP tour guide. This is like VIP deluxe. I'm gonna be so spoiled after this. So we will have a universal tour guide taking us around the parks. Front of the line access, we can do any ride we want. They'll kind of take us through the park, give us little tips and tricks to share with our clients, share, some backstories and things. So this is one of the things I'm the most excited about. And again, I may not actually go on all of the rides, but I will still be walking with everybody and taking content and doing all the things, so I will still be a part of the experience. And at Universal, you actually can't film on the rides. So in terms of content, it actually is better for me when I have more time off of the rides, if that makes sense. Because I couldn't film on the ride anyway. So instead, I can stand outside the ride and film, the cars going by and things like that. So I'm really not worried about that at all. I'm going to ride as much as I can. If I'm not going to get sick on it, and if the seat is comfortable enough for me, I'm absolutely going to ride what I can so that I can relay that information to my clients. So there will definitely be some of that as well. So, but that is really the last day of this trip is that. Having that full day with the VIP tour guide, exploring the parks, and getting their firsthand knowledge. So I could not be more excited. This trip is such a great opportunity too. I'm so thankful to my agency and for all of you. Like, this is why I'm able to do a lot of these things, and I'm thankful to Universal because I'm being hosted. So that means my hotel, these theme park tickets, these experiences I'm going to be able to have. And I think we get dining vouchers. All of that is included. And they want us to experience all of these things firsthand so that we can then sell Universal Vacations and better help our clients plan magical vacations. So I am beyond excited to take you guys along for the journey. I will be vlogging, so it'll be a while till the vlogs come out, because in case you missed some of my other videos, this is trip number 4 within like a 3-week period. So all of those other vlogs are coming first. So stay tuned. I would say it's probably like 1 to 2 months away when you'll actually see Universal vlogs on this channel. Up until then, I'll be sharing my Go Wild vlogs and my Disney World trip vlogs. So stay tuned for that. But if you are a little impatient and want to see and learn more about Universal and this trip right now, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. I will be posting in stories and in my feed while I'm on the trip. So I think I'm posting this video a couple days before I leave. I think if I'm planning my future content as well as I think I am, I think that you will see this video and then I'll leave in like a couple days. So you still have some time to get your ducks in a row. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Message me if you have any questions, or if you are in the process of planning a Disney or Universal or cruise vacation. I would love to start helping and plan that trip with you. But I'm really excited to take you guys along. Like I said, that's the point of this trip. It's for you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm sacrificing for you. So I know that sounds silly, but really that is a main part of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to live my best life and have fun in the wizarding world doing all the things. But I really am there for you. So if there's questions you have or things you want me to look more into when I'm at the parks, comment down below or send me a message and I will take care of that for you. But I think that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't believe my birthday trip extravaganza is coming to an end, But this has been such an amazing journey, and I can't wait to see where this next year takes us. But thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button. And remember to plan your truth so that you can live your truth. Thanks so much.